What's up, guys? It's Brian from Hasher Hub. It's about 8:57 a.m. February 15, 2018, coming to you with a trading video. But first, before we get into it, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, upvote, resteam if you guys are on Steemit or DTube. If not, links are down below. Definitely would appreciate a follow, an upvote, a resteam would be greatly appreciated too. So let's get right into it here. This is Bitcoin on a daily basis, and yeah, I mean, if you can look past this noise right here of trend lines and Elliott waves that I that I plotted, you can see that we've decisively broke above not only this descending wedge here, but also this bottom resistance line or trend line. So it looks like we're off and running. For the moon, but things can turn very, very quickly. So that's a reason why you need to have many different plans of action. So let's kind of zoom in here. I'll show you a bit more what we're looking at. I cleaned up some of the Elliott waves from the prior charts and stuff that we were talking about, and some other support and resistance lines that have gone away. One of the first things I want to go ahead and take a look at and show you guys is that this 10,000 level is a very how do I put it? It's a very important level mentally. It has basically mental ramifications. It's just a level in which people just think that, well, 10,000, it's moving into the next digit. So the market had run up to 10,000, or just about to 10,000. I don't think it actually made it exactly there. 9,977. I'll call it pretty close to 10,000, and it had fallen off from there. Pretty surprised it actually made it all the way up there. It's showing me that there's a ton of bullish sentiment that's just sitting on the sidelines. And so then we recounted the wave to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not really an extended fifth, but it's a long fifth wave to say the least. The volume that has come in is pretty big. And once we hit that 10,000 mark, we had then fallen off from there. Fallen off, and we came right back down to this 9,500 level. We basically kissed it, just about. The low is 9,499 and 1 cent. So we were off by about 99 cents. So my apologies there. Yeah, now it's all about, well, what is this small correction going to look like? And for that, you really have to start zooming in. Okay, so there's a good chance that we may see kind of a triangle formation, due to alternation. Something I have to go over in some training videos, but we may have an an A, B, C, D, E, and then up. That could possibly be one way of going about it. There's also an A, B, C that we could have. Let's go A, B. We could have a C that comes down lower. That's possibly one way of going about it. But where do I think possibly this could come down as low as possible? Okay, it could come down as low as this 9,300 level. Yes, I know people are freaking out. Well, it violates one of the cardinal rules of Elliott wave theory. Correct, it does, and sometimes that happens, especially with crypto. Sometimes that does happen. We don't like it when it happens when the body of the candle. Let me just go over the candle real quick. So these things that are falling off are called tails or wicks, okay? And the body is anything that's solid, right? If the wick comes down, then we really don't care. If the body comes down into the the tops here of 3, then yeah, then we have then it's something we're not all that happy about. It's something that we don't feel that it's really adhering to Elliott wave theory. But if the wick does, we're cool. Or the tail does, same thing. Well, we're cool with it. So, yeah, I mean, it could come down as low down here as far as the wick is concerned. Let's call this about 9,300. But we would like it to really stop right around this 9,500 level, right here. Where it's already tested in very quick succession. So we don't really want to see it propagate much lower than that. Okay, yeah, we could have kind of like a bullish wick, come down. That could very well happen. Another thing too is that if this becomes like a right triangle, right? I'm just going to use this as like a trend line. If this becomes like a right triangle, okay, this is a bearish formation. And where the market could then come down lower, and then we'd have obviously a lower kind of ABC type of correction. So another thing I want to mention is that the market tends to run up nearly as quick, or in some cases quicker, than it falls down in cryptos, and it's something that also changes the structure of the market. Where this is a little bit different than trading like ETFs or stocks or things of that sort. So if you're coming over from that world, you kind of have to redraw a bit of your understanding of what could and what cannot happen. Trying to think if there's anything else really. Yeah. So another thing we also have is this channel that we had drawn, and you can see that the market is somewhat adhering to the top of the channel here. Not all that much, but you can kind of make the case that it is, especially with some of these smaller candles here. We can even get it into like a 5-minute basis. Somewhat, not all that much, and that kind of tells me that maybe the top of this channel really is nothing from nothing. It's probably just something that it's probably just something that we saw, but the market isn't adhering to. There's another thing too that we've kind of been watching for, is this. Okay, this trend line right here. This is something that is good to take a look at because of the fact that how are we going to measure further moves up? Now this is super strong, so I would not expect us to continue on this type of trajectory, but it's a good thing to look at, to say the least. Next thing, as far as the market retracing is concerned, we have the bottom of this channel. Remember this channel right here. This is a level that I really would not like to get to in quick succession. Yeah, if the market continues to move sideways and then it tends to and it runs into this bottom trend line here, through sideways momentum, I'm not that worried about it. But if the market starts coming down to these lower levels here, then that's a significant retracement. And coming back down to, let's say, for example, the 9,000 levels, and we'll have to go ahead and redraw things at that time. Okay, so even with all this bullish momentum, we're slightly getting more bullish, but still not forgetting all the bearishness that we had gone through. So we're by no means out of the woods. We're by no means out of the woods just yet. We still have a lot more work to get done. So QQE indicator, we're looking at on a 5-minute basis. Let's zoom out here on an hourly basis. On an hourly basis, yeah, it has crossed under. 4-hour basis, it's still looking bullish. Let's take a look at it on a daily basis. Daily basis, it's still bullish too. Okay, so happy trading, and we'll speak to you guys soon.